Welcome to Sageology. I'm Amythyst. We're doing channeled messages for the full moon with Grandmother Moon for March 2022. Usually I just do one collective reading, but today Grandmother Moon's asked me to do two piles to pick from. So that's what we're doing. Always have announcements. I do not use WhatsApp. If anybody's mimicking or trolling me or my channel, please report to YouTube or contact myself. If you do want to book a session with me, my dates will be in the description box. So I've channeled some information. I've written down a whole heap of stuff, as I always do with a full moon. It's my favorite reading to do. So I'm going to read these messages first and then break off and do the individual piles, so I don't have to read the information twice. So it is the worm moon or the moon of winds, depending on what your background is. And it's about using your logic and your headspace to attain your goals and to tap into the feelings that you're going through or emotions associating with what's going on in your life the same way, coming from that space of logic. And it's a really good time to reflect about how far you've come, which is Marbon, the equinox, the autumn equinox. But there's also a time to work with the seeds that you've already planted, advancing your growth in your own life, which is Oztara, the other equinox, the spring equinox, which is happening both 2 days after this full moon. And it's about honouring your shadow's growth and not getting overly emotional, and to focus on release and get rid of the old energies and being reflective to what's actually really in bloom at the moment. Stay focused and to give thanks, show gratitude. And then I've written, you really need to shine your light and stay in the light in every corner or area of your life, and to stand your ground against any ill wishes or people that just don't support what you've got going on in your life at this time. And to be hopeful, because there is lots of luck and you'll get a boost of motivation in your life, regardless of what you need that motivation for. It's different for every single person. I'm just going to have a drink of water. I'm very thirsty. That's a bit of an indication to me that somebody's done a lot of legwork for a small business, or for university studies, or a relationship, whatever you've got going on, but you're not sort of following through with watering your garden, making sure those seeds and those plants get nutrients, say metaphorically, spiritually. So whoever you are, please keep topping up your own cup spiritually and emotionally to make sure your wish fulfillment comes true. I wasn't ultra thirsty before I started the video. Okay, so first pile, as you can see, is the arrow pile, and the second pile is the flame pile. So I'm going to move flame out the way, and we're going to start with the arrow pile. So I've got a whole heap of different decks out. We've got a couple of cards here just to start us off. Some of these were absolute jumpers out of their decks today, and I've got my channel deck here for moon stuff. So let's see what comes up first. First card we've got is arrow. Grandmother Moon, please come in. What would you like to say today? That's ash from the incense above. I've got incense burning up above. Grandmother Moon, right. Grandmother Moon saying the arrow is really crucial as a symbolism for people that are moving forward in their life at this time. You've pulled back the arrow, you've let it sling, and you're having that growth and forward movement. It might be a bit fast, things might feel a bit rushed, or you're not sure if you can actually keep up with how fast-paced certain things are in your life, or if other people won't be able to keep up with you, business partners, lovers in certain endeavors, whatever your situation is. But Grandmother Moon's saying the arrow is really important, and you might see arrows now. You might be drawing little arrows when you're talking to people on the phone. You might just put a picture of an arrow on your phone, or you might have recently got an arrow tattoo, or you're thinking about getting one. This is a message from Spirit. You're all in the right path. You're all pointing in the right direction. You're very focused on what you're trying to obtain, and that's what the energy for this moon is about. It's about remaining in that logic headspace to attain goals and to tap into your feelings associated with that, but in the same way, coming from logic, not from the emotional space, coming from the mental space. Okay, so actually I'm getting told to pull through more of these. Just give me a minute. Can I have a couple more, please, Grandmother Moon? What would you like to say? Oops, they're jumping out everywhere. We've got 3 here. First one is smoke. They're on the floor. Season and move. Okay, just give me a minute. I might just move these for a minute. Smoke, season and move. What do you want to say, Grandmother Moon? Yeah, Grandmother Moon's saying that if you feel as though there's a situation in life that is a bit smoke and mirrors, to really acknowledge that. Don't get upset, don't get emotional. If you feel that somebody's really not being truthful with you, trying to pull the wool over your eyes, or something could seem a bit too good to be true, or something's fallen into place for you, but you're like, not quite sure why that's just happened. Is there a bit of smoke and mirrors stuff going on? Come from that logical space and to pull things apart and have a decent look. Don't come from that emotional space and let it overwhelm you. The other message for this is smoke, as in somebody's trying to get a message to you, or you've sent a message out to somebody, and it could be you've put a tender in on a business. You could be waiting to hear back from a financer to see if you're getting approved for a loan. You could be waiting to hear if you've gotten to a certain college or university. You could be waiting to hear back from anything. Regardless of what it is, you've got the message, it's out there. There's a smoke signal, and somebody is going to be responding. Whether it's good or bad, that's completely up to you with what you've got going on in your life, but there is that smoke signal coming. So just be mindful, be prepared. You've got some news coming, good or bad, it's up to you. And season, this is really important. As I said earlier about being ultra thirsty, some people spend a lot of time and effort getting something up off the ground, but don't spend the time and energy to maintain that for the long term. And this is a message from Spirit. Just because you've come through one season, it doesn't mean there's another season. Grandmother Moon's saying every season has its benefits and it has its drawbacks, regardless of what season you are at in your life. And I don't mean spring, autumn, winter, summer. I mean season as in where you are in your life when you stop and reflect at your growth and what you're working on at this time, opposed to where you were 3 months ago. Every season has its drawbacks and every season has its positivity, depending on what it is that you've got going on in your life. And to really work on that and go, okay, well, when I was in that position mentally and emotionally 3 months ago, that worked for me then, but now I need to have that growth. My arrow's being slung forward. I'm on the right path. Things are moving quite quickly, even from behind the scenes when you can't see it in the spirit realms. And I need to work with what I'm going to be ascertaining or energy I need to be emitting out for the next 3 months now. So that's what that card means. And we've got move, and that's what the arrow's doing. It's moving forward and it's moving very fast. And this is a message from Grandmother Moon telling you that you are on the move. Things are on the move. Your finances are on the up, on the move. There is luck on your side. There is movement going on. Again, even in areas of your life that you wouldn't even expect or you can't see at this time. Okay, so let's keep going. That's really nice. These are my own deck, the Whimsical Bit Oracle that I published. There's a few floating around the planet. Strictly Business. Ooh. Dynasty Bloodline. Yeah, I love my deck. I mean, I'm biased. Who cares, right? I made it. And Queen Bitch. Okay, Strictly Business, Dynasty Bloodline, Queen Bitch. Okay, so what these cards mean for this particular reading today is what you're going through is strictly business. Again, this energy for the worm moon or the moon of winds is about using logic and your headspace to attain the goals that you are trying to achieve, and to tap into those feelings the same way through logic. It's strictly business. If you walk away from friendships, it's strictly business. If you're bringing new people in that other people around you don't want you to work with or are a little bit jealous or uncomfortable, it is strictly business. And this may not even involve any form of financial business in your life, but at the end of the day, there's soul contracts and things involved. Remember to have that reflection and to acknowledge how far you've come, and to honor how far your shadow has grown, what's growth's happened for you in the underbelly, in the darkness of what you've been through. Remember to honor that. Again, this is strictly business. Now we've got the Dynasty Bloodline. So whatever you're trying to achieve in your life is truly yours. It's predetermined, it's predestined. You have to work to attain those things in life as a human, but you are doing the right thing. So you could be trying to take over a family business, or you might be working on karmic lineage, clearing up wounds and things like that. Doesn't matter what you do for a daily job. You mightn't even work at all. You might be raising your family at home, which is still a very important role. People misconstrued that sometimes. So it doesn't really matter what it is that you're doing in your daily living if you're not walking the path doing this 24/7, but you're still in your dynastic bloodline. It means the same thing, dynasty and bloodline, okay? And we've got Queen Bitch, which means you're not going to back down to people that aren't actually there to help your growth or allowing you to help theirs, and therefore you both have some growth. Remember to shine your light in every corner of your life at this point and to stand your ground. And regardless of there being ill wishes or people not wanting to see your growth, you're the Queen Bitch. You're the queen of your life, okay? You're the one who has to eat. You're the one who has to sleep. You're the one who has to shower. You're the one who has to wash your clothes. You're the one who has to brush your hair. You're the one who has to do all those things for yourself. Nobody else, so they need to butt out, all right? Got an Archangel Michael card here. And it says, physical body protection, gold mesh shields up. Archangel Michael suggests the gold mesh protection technique to bring security and harmony to your energy field. Wow. I'll read that again. Archangel Michael suggests the gold mesh protection technique to bring security and harmony to your energy field. You could just literally picture like little chainmail, gold chainmail or gold soft mesh, sort of covering you like a full bodysuit, your head, your fingers, your toes, your whole body, right? And it'll just stay there, and then as you don't need it, it'll dissipate. Thank you, Archangel Michael. I'll pull some more of those down. We've got flamingo, community, beautiful. So you need to be working with your community. Now, whether your community is your sibling, you're doing a project with a sister or a brother-in-law or something like that, or you're trying to save money with a partner so you can buy a house, or you want to move to a different country, or whatever it is you've got going on for you, come from that community mindset, okay? Come from that space that everybody moves in the same direction, even if it's at their own pace and it doesn't look like everybody's moving forward. You all are on the right path. Your dynasty bloodline, this is strictly business. You've really got good things going on for you. There is a lot of luck, as I've mentioned, to remain in hope, and you will have that extra motivation that you need. Or you might think, oh, well, I'm hell motivated, but such and such isn't. They'll get the extra motivation. They'll get a gust of wind behind them to help them. Remember, this is the moon of winds, or the worm moon, all right? And we've got generosity. The honeysuckle, white admiral, beautiful deck. This is a dragon butterfly deck. It's a combination of dragon and butterfly together. You might love the honeysuckle flower. You might have perfume or body wash or something that has honeysuckle in it. That's a good indication at this point in your life to get it out and to use it, okay? Generosity. Be generous in your thoughts. Be generous in your feelings. Be generous in other people. Again, from that community mindset, you're all walking in the same direction. The arrow's been pulled. You're all moving forward, but somebody might need a hand up, not a hand out. So be generous with your thoughts and your time if you are able to at this time, okay? Grandmother Moon, what else would you like to say? Grandmother Moon saying there's a lot of tribal energy here. There's a lot of, again, with the community card, there's a lot of pulling together. Even if you're just walking away from people and things like that in your life, it's to open up space for new people to come into your life. Star. So you could be a star being or a star seed, and you've got your family looking out for you. Reach for the stars. Shooting star. Same sort of thing. She said there's a lot of community. Oh, just everywhere, guys. Dropping out. Just let me pick them up. There's a lot of energy going on here of community, of advancement individually and as a collective. Youth. Rattle. Healing, shaman, and honor. These all flicked out. I personally wouldn't have picked that many, but thank you, Grandmother Moon. So, youth. This doesn't necessarily involve youth if there are no youth in your life, but if it does, that is a clear indication. You need to involve them in your community outlook. If you want to move house and you want to pick a good high school or a college for them or what have you, really involve them. They are the shining star. They are the next generation. They're the dynasty bloodline themselves. They're coming in. They're going to be the ones taking over and doing what you are in their own way when they're your age bracket, for example, okay? So you really need to ask them to incorporate their thoughts and feelings. Be generous with your approach towards them, the youth in particular, okay? Because I couldn't imagine what this youth, I mean, I can imagine. I have a child who's 15, nearly 16 this year. I know what he goes through. I've got another son who's 11. And so, but I couldn't imagine the pressures that they experience internally, knowing that the world's changing all the time. And we've got rattle. So either somebody's putting a rattle in your cage, so you're rattling your cage, giving you the opportunity to go, wow, I've stripped back layers, I'm ready to make noise, I'm rolling forward, I've got a rattle within me that I can't seem to quieten down until I come through that space of healing. Or it could mean that you need a healing, or you might need to work with the snake. But rattle, as in sound therapy and healing, have a rattle shake around you. You can make your own rattle. You can put a couple of bits of dried corn or something in a water bottle or a little tin, and you could just shake it around you to give your energy a clear up at this time. You need to come from that traditional space, but healing. There is really deep healing going on here. Again, strictly business. You are queen, bitch. It doesn't matter if you're genderless or what your gender is. You are the queen of your castle. I have a crown tattooed, a small crown on my temple because I'm the queen of my castle. I'm the king of my castle. Same thing. So you've got a lot of healing going on here, and there's that shaman card. I love it. Coming from that shamanic approach. Again, give thanks, give gratitude, be grateful for how far you've come. Now, the honor card is out, and I'm not surprised because I did say earlier that you do need to honor your shadow's growth and don't get overly emotional with those types of things at this time in your life, but to release of the old things and be receptive to what's in bloom right now and to give thanks. And this is why this card's come up. You just need to honor what you've got going on and show spirit and your ancestors that you're ready, you're grateful for the pain and the glory. It's the same thing, okay? Without one there isn't the other. What else we got for this moon? Ibis, acceptance. Whoa, accept what is. Now these cards are similar in color here. The blacks, the whites, the reds. Well, they are the same in color. And we've got wisdom. Yeah, and sensitivity. Now starfish has come out and the star cards come out, so I'm not surprised. It's all synchronistic. So accept what's not working for you, accept what you need to walk away from, accept that people aren't on the same wavelength as you, even though you are walking in the same direction as them. It doesn't matter that people aren't holding your hand at this point in time in your path, or vice versa. It doesn't mean they don't love you any less or you love them any less. It just means that your focus is shifted. Strictly business. We're dealing with spiritual growth here and come from that space of wisdom. Okay, we've got the sloth. Sloth takes an exceptionally long time to determine where they're going and what they're doing, but nevertheless they never stop. If they want to go up that tree, they're going up that tree. It doesn't matter to sloth how long it takes to get there, because there's constant forward movement. They're always moving forward in the direction they need to go with that arrow. Okay, and sensitivity. You might be sensitive, or somebody else might be sensitive, or everybody in your household might be sensitive right now, but that's okay. Remember to tap into those feelings that you've got, but you need to use that mental logic opposed to that emotional logic to help you attain the goals that you're going through right now, and to tap into the feelings from that, but come from logic. Okay, with that sensitivity, don't be ultra sensitive. Even if you are right now, just think, okay, I don't need to come from that, oh, blah, blah, blah. Come from the mindset and go, yes, all part of the journey, dude, you know. Okay, so I'm going to pull out a few more of these butterfly dragon cards. Can I have 2 more of these, please? Just 2, Spirit. Now, for anybody that's inquiring about love and relationships, I do have the Affirmators Love and Relationships deck out, and I'll pull 2 cards for that very soon. Passion, Bougainvillea, Octavus, I don't know, Swordtail. I don't have my glasses on today, guys. Octavius, Swordtail. So, passion. Use your passion. That speaks for itself. Come from that passionate space. I've got passionate colors down today. I've got that self-love energy specifically pulled out in the colors I've used for the backdrop today. So what you need to do is be passionate about your goals and your dreams. Don't accept what's not for you. Just walk away from it and kiss things goodbye. But even saying goodbye to something can come from that space of passion. And we've got aspiration, mountain, pink, large orange sulfur. Wow, this is a beautiful dragonfly, dragon butterfly. So aspiration, what are you aspiring to? As I said, you're obtaining goals right now, and use this energy from the moon and from these 2 solstices to really propel forward for you for that. Okay, can I have another Archangel Michael card, please? Spiritual vision, missing piece of the puzzle. Archangel Michael hands you an energetic key. This sacred key activates the windows of the soul, effectively heightening your spiritual vision to reveal a vital piece of missing information. Awesome. Strictly business, that sensitivity. So you could have been struggling with the smell of meat when it's cooking lately. You might be not in the mood to smell incense burning. You could feel as though you can't handle certain like vibrations, like loudness of music and stuff like that. That could be that sensitivity card there. Remember, don't come from that emotional space, come from that mental space. Archangel Michael hands you an energetic key. This sacred key activates the windows of the soul, effectively heightening your spiritual vision to reveal a vital piece of missing information. Now, you don't have to share that information with others. I'm just going to grab 2 of my own deck here, the Whimsical Bit Oracle. What else would we like to say today, Grandmother Moon? Yep, thank you. We've got stay on track. Beautiful. Don't give up. There's a lot of purples through here today. And I must emit, my shone is shiny. And I did jot down here in my channeled messages that you need to shine your light in every corner of your life at this point in time, and to stand your ground against any ill wishes that people have towards you, and to remain in hope and faith, because there's a lot of luck and you'll get that extra motivation. Stay on track. I must emit, my shone is shining. You're shining bright. You're emitting the light from within, and that is just beautiful, and people feel threatened like that. I've got 2 more Grandmother Moon cards out here. We've got soul and plants. Okay, so come back to basics, come back to nature. You might need to eat plant food at the moment and pull back from some meat. You might need to increase your vitamins. You might need to go and have some time out with the plants. You might need to go out and water your bloody plants. I did mention that at the start. Maintaining the work that you've done. Don't just do all the hard work and then sit back and think, well, why is that slowing down or not working out? You have to maintain it. You've got to water the seeds and the plants that you've grown, metaphorically speaking. And soul, I did say earlier about soul contracts, and this is a confirmation. Awesome, Grandmother Moon, thank you. And I'm just going to pull 2 love affirmator cards for anybody that's asking questions or wants to know anything about love and romance. Can I just have 2 of these, please? Whoa, 2, but no, we've got 11 or 20 or something in my hand. So we've got sensuality. Embracing sensuality doesn't necessarily mean you're a middle-aged swinger. It simply means you're savoring one of the coolest aspects of being alive, sensory input. Oh, the sensitivity card. It's time to get decadent and reward yourself with gifts for the senses. Wow. You could drop a wad of cash on champagne and chocolate, or you could tune in and enjoy the incredible gifts around you. The taste of an orange, the sound of the forest, the texture of corduroy, lol. I don't know your life. The point is, it's time to savor whatever your senses can grab hold of, even if that means you're being sensual. And it's like, gross. Wow. And the sensitivity card come out. And I did say the other card was about generosity, being generous, okay? And can I have, there's too many of these in my hand. I'm just going to take this one. Wants and needs. I take stock of my relationships and I'm honest about what I want and need from the people in my life. I note the difference between the 2. Wants are negotiable, needs are not. Both may be desired and either way may be acquired. But that's getting into Venn diagram territory, and no one wants to draw one of those. Thoughts of some of us might need to. Okay, so strictly business, all right? There's a difference between needs and wants, and it says it on there. So don't feel alarmed if people are uncomfortable because you're not sort of honouring what they need when you're like, oh, that's a bit out of my comfort zone, okay? So blessed be. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Grandmother Moon, for coming in today. Awesome energy for the full moon. I'm looking forward to it. It's my birthday, the day after the full moon, on the 19th of March. Okay, second pile, and the card from Grandmother Moon to start us off is Flame. So, I wonder what this represents. Grandmother Moon, let's do this. What would you like to tell the crew, Grandmother Moon? I'm just trying to find the bloody cards. They've disappeared. Drives me nuts when Spirit does this. There we go. They just weren't where I left them, and this stuff happens to me all the time. So, oh, look, love's come out. This doesn't have to mean romance, guys, okay? Let's just see what comes up. And thank you, and traditional. Okay, so we've got flame, love, and traditional. Just give me a minute, let me channel. Grandmother Moon, what would you like to say? Oops. Yep, Grandmother Moon is saying, shine your light, as I've said earlier. Stay in the light, Keep your flame lit. You are shining bright at the moment. You are giving people life and you don't even realize that. You are giving people inspiration. You are giving people energy. Come from that space of love. Come from that space of traditional outlook. Whatever your spiritual beliefs are, stand in those convictions at this time. Be powerful in your approach to things because you are lit up. You're glowing. You're a flame. You're a beacon, you're a light for others at this time, and it's emitting love. Wow, that's so beautiful. Let's see what else we got here. Thank you, Grandmother Mim. Oh, jealousy is a disease. Amethyst grills. This is my own deck, the Whimsical Bitch Oracle. And whatever, punk. Okay, so give me a minute, let me channel. Grandmother Mim, what would you like to say about this? Yes. Thank you. Grandmother Moon is saying jealousy is a waste of time. Jealousy is a sickness, and there should be no sickness on earth. There should be no sickness, mental, emotional, or physical, or spiritual, for any human or living creature on Earth planet. And this is what Grandmother Moon is saying. Jealousy is a disease. Now, in the shamanic world, there's no such thing as disease. We live every day. We know that Auntie such and such died of bowel cancer, or, such and such has had leukemia, or whatever goes on in your life, right? But traditionally, there is no such thing as illness and disease, because there is one plant or what have you, one tree, one flower, one plant, one herb on the planet to cure everything, every illness, including mental, from the shamanic world. That's what I was grown into believing, and I've done a lot of research over the years, and I still stand by that conviction. Okay? But there is some jealousy going on around you. People aren't being very kind, and you might be aware of that, or you might not be. If you're not, do some protection, put your guards up, do your walls up, do some return to senders, pull out your black salt if you've got any. I make my own. Pull out your hot foot powder if you've got any. Just do what you need to do to protect you and yours at this time. Amethyst grills. I love grills. I've never owned a pair, but I love the concept of grills. It's like, look at me, I'm gorgeous, I'm shiny, but at the same time, you've probably got fantastic teeth underneath. And that's what I love about amethyst grills. It's like getting your war paint on, getting your battle gear on. Amethyst, because amethyst is a really high vibrating stone, and it does work with a lot of angels, and it is good for healing, and it is good for people that have addiction or just need some stillness and calm in their life. And that's why I put amethyst down on this card, opposed to a different gemstone. So it's time to pull out your amethyst grills. It's time to go into quiet but powerful warrior mode, okay? And whatever, punk. Grandmother Moon is saying she's in agreement with me. Whatever goes on around you, don't even worry about it. There's people out there that are being disrespectful, or you could have been offered money on a house that you're trying to sell, and you think, whatever, these guys are trying to drop it down $50,000-$60,000. Whatever your situation is, it's like, whatever, punk. Don't play into the bullshit. Now we've got Archangel Michael card, and it says here, positivity, the energy of words. Archangel Michael requests a personal, thorough review of your inner mind and outer verbal dialogue. Words have powerful energy. Use them wisely. Now, it's interesting we're going on about the mind here, because as I've jotted down, this moon is about using logic and headspace to attain your goals, and to tap into your feelings the same way, through logic, through headspace. So be really mindful what your thoughts are at this time, and what your responses are to people if they're a bit negative, okay? And we've got gratitude by Buffalo. Beautiful. And I love Buffalo. Buffalo is about, Buffalo represents resourcefulness. A buffalo says that nobody is ever in lack, because all the things we need are at our grasp. We have all the resources we need. We just need to learn sometimes how to obtain them. Again, come from that space of logic, not emotion. And we've got serenity, lavender, provencal, fritillary, I don't know how to say it, F-R-I-T, fritillary, I don't know. Don't have my glasses on either, but that's no excuse that I can't read a word. Serenity, lavender, provencal, fritillary, I suppose. beautiful. That's a lavender plant that this little dragon butterfly is hanging off now. Serenity. So that might be what you're trying to obtain. You're trying to get away from people that are causing you bullshit and drama. You're just trying to be serene. But remember, your light, your flame is shining really, really bright at this point in your life, and that's okay. Come from that space of love. It's from love anyway, whether you're aware of it or not. You might be grumpy or disappointed or upset at things in your life, possibly. If you're not, disregard that mention. But always come from that space of love, okay? We've got that traditional card there. Stick to your roots, stick to your traditions, all right? So what else do we have here, please, Grandmother Moon? Would you like to say some other things? Yep. Can I just have one or two more? A feather keeps coming out. Okay, we've got Spirit. Whoa, I love it. Feather. Woo. And Totem. Yo, yes. Maybe Buffalo is your totem medicine animal, or Buffalo has medicine messages for you at this time. Work with Buffalo at this time, okay? Look up the spiritual meanings of Buffalo. Maybe listen to some Native American songs associated with Buffalo. Just really bring in that Buffalo energy. Maybe do a meditation with Buffalo because the totem cards come up, okay? Now, Spirit and Feather, they're pretty much the same thing in different ways. Feather, you need to cleanse, you need to smudge, you might need to have a clearing of some sorts, and you might use a fanning technique with feathers to use that energy to give you what you need or to release what you no longer need. But it also means that angels are in your life, they're around you, they're watching you, they're supporting you. As with the Spirit card, Spirit has your back. Spirit is right up in your grill at the moment, loving the traditional approach that you're having, even in your higher self, to what's going on around you in your life. It's about obtaining your goals, okay? Just be hopeful. There's lots of luck around you, and you will get that extra motivation that you need from Spirit. You'll get that boost that you need, okay? You need to come from that space of reflection and remember to honor your shadow's growth, but don't get overly emotional, and to focus on the releasing of old energies and patterns, and be receptive to what's in bloom at this time, and to really give thanks and say thank you. You've got the resources that you need, and this is why Buffalo's come up today. I'm actually going to pull a couple more of those animal cards. Animal Kin Oracle. Can I just have one or two more, please, Spirit? We've got Butterfly, Change. Oh, beautiful. And this is what you've got going on here. You've got some changes going on. Whether you're happy for those changes or not, don't get overly emotional about them. You know, you might have had something happen in your life that's sort of interfered with your free will at this time. There is a blessing behind the pain and the heartache if that's the situation you're in, okay? Don't get discouraged. Come from that mental and emotional space opposed to that overwhelming gut feeling, emotional space. Use the mental one. And Kingfisher, peace, and we've got Serenity as well, okay? We've got Feather, we've got Spirit, you've got love. You are being guided. You have a lot of love and support. You can look up the spiritual meaning of Kingfisher if you want to as well, but you do need to work with Buffalo as your totem at this time. And we've got Butterfly, Change, as transformation happening for you and all around your life. Can I have a couple of my own deck, please, Spirit? What else would you like to say? Can I just have 2 or 3 of these? Oh, that's too many. 1, 2, 3. Tap. So we've got Salute. So this is a message to yourself to pat yourself on the back and be proud of how far you come. Salute. But this is also saluting Spirit, your totem animals, your flame, your traditional background, what's given you the mental strength to get you to where you are in this life. Really use the energy from this moon to release things that don't serve you anymore. And we've got Copyist Karma. Again, the Jealousy is a disease card come out. Somebody is seething at your growth, at your come up, at your come down, at your relax, at your, you know, over the top ways, whatever the hell you've got going on. You could just be nothing apart from doing a bit of extra yoga or starting to meditate again because you've had a bit of a break from meditation. You've come through the winter or wherever you are, and you might be like, you know what, I'm going to get back into my yoga. I'm going to get back into reading books. I'm going to go get my hair cut. I'm due for a new colour. I want to do something different. And somebody's seething. You've got a Copyist Karma. Somebody is watching your every fucking move, but that's okay. because you've got spirit on your side. Your flame is lit. Do not shine your light at this time. Shine it in every corner of your life. It's your prerogative. You have a right to. And Klingons, get gone. Again, there are people watching you, or somebody that is watching you that is really, honestly, not healthy to have in your life. Now, if you don't know who that is, ask Spirit to give you a sign. I recommend you go through your Facebook and remove a whole heap of people that you don't communicate with. Don't get on there and go, oh, you know, if you want to stay on my friends list, put a thumbs up or make a comment. No bullshit. Start cutting people out left, right and centre. Chop, 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 chop. Drop them right back, okay? Grandmother Moon, can I just have another 2 or 3 of these, please? Thank you. We've got foot, flute, and balance. Nice. So foot, there's movement. It's time to move forward. It's foot falcon. Foot falcon, how I grew up. Foot falcon, as in a Ford Falcon, the car. Movement, moving forward, on the move. Stepping away from what you've got going on or stepping into your next phase of your life. Foot. It's time to, oh, and it also means that you're grounded. The other meaning for this card is that you're grounded. You've got the right footing. You're planted solid on the ground spiritually and emotionally, and you mightn't even be aware of that, okay, because Spirit's got your back. But there is movement, and we've got flute. Okay, somebody has a message for you. Spirit has a message for you. Maybe listen to a bit of flute music while you're cooking dinner or something like that. Have a bath. You know, put a little bit in your earphones while you read a book or do a crossword. Take 15 minutes out of your day if you can, and really just have some time here. But flute is quite traditional. There's always a story to be told with a flute. When we hear a flute play, it's not somebody purely just playing an instrument because it's a nice instrument. There's a story to be told. So what's your story and what do you associate with flute, okay? And we've got balance. That's all we ever want. That's all we ever want in our life, isn't it? Is to make sure we have that proper balance. However that looks, what we want for balance one day mightn't be the same the next. But either way, we always come back round to having balance. So I'm going to pull 2 more of these dragonfly butterfly cards. And then I'm going to, there we go, 2 are flicked out. And then I'm going to almost shut down the reading. We've got Tranquility, beautiful. Stonecrop, Apollo. Stonecrop's a flower. So this is as with the Serenity card. You've got that tranquility, okay? You've got balance. Spirit's on your side. You've got the feather card there, right? Definitely have a cleanse or a clear up if you can. There's actually 2 on my hand, 2 more on my hand, not 1. We've got affection, the rose, the Reverdin's blue, dragonfly, butterfly, whatever you'd like to call it. How beautiful, affection. So that's about sharing yourself with some love. And we've got thoughtfulness. The cow slip, and it's the Duke of Burgundy. Okay, beautiful. It's the name of the butterfly dragon. So you might like any of these flowers. If you do have some orange or yellow roses, I recommend you smell them, stop and smell the flowers. Instill that balance, but there is a level of thoughtfulness here. Spirit is really looking out for you. Spirit knows that somebody or people are trying to cause you trouble. However that looks for you in your life, and Spirit isn't taking 5 fucking minutes of it, all right? They're not allowing it. So for those of you that are inquiring about love and romance, or just relationships in general, love and relationships, this is the Affirmators Love and Relationships deck. Relationships don't always have to be sexual or romantically involved. Let's just see. Can I have 2 of these, please? 1, 2. Okay, so we've got, there's actually 3. We've got compassion. I choose compassion over criticism. Walking a mile in other people's shoes reminds me they might be going through something tougher than I am. Like their shoes are too tight, or they're the kind of shoes that are too casual to be dressy and too dressy to be casual. Basically, I have no idea what they're dealing with privately, so I'll cut them some slack and be thankful for the shoes I've been dealt. The foot card come up, okay? Metaphorically, it's about what people have to walk in their daily life every day. Solidarity. I respect the power of solidarity. I look for opportunities to unleash it. When a loved one has to do something tough, I'll heed their often silent but sometimes loud and whiny call and participate in the toughness with them. Everything is easier with a partner, cohort, sidekick joins you. The only thing that's not easier is feeling resentment, which I suppose is the overall point. And there was 3 came out. Support. Whoa, how cool are these wizards? They're gangster. I look at the vast network of support in my life and I am reminded of what a superpower it gives me. At any moment, I can call on an army of top-notch people who want the best for me, which means I'm basically invincible. Take that, loneliness. Run for the hills, boredom. I'm sorry, what did you say to me? Pervasive, all-consuming anxiety? Damn right, you didn't. Okay, so this is a message from Spirit. Again, I said you have a lot of love and support from Spirit at this time, okay? This is what's going on here, and we've got the feather card. So that's beautiful. Really work on shifting into that space of head work at the moment, opposed to emotional backdrop, all right? But somebody is definitely out there. You do have a frenemy, so I recommend you go through everything you own, all your Facebook stuff, and really decide who and who should not be there. People might try and ruffle your feathers or make noise, but don't worry. Spirit's got your back. So, happy full moon. Thank you, Grandmother Moon, for coming in today. And thank you, Spirit and Archangel Michael. And I'll be back in a few days with some new channeled messages. Peace out.